showing you guys how to install Linux on any computer. Does not matter if you're on Windows 10 up to Windows 7, I think. So let's hop into the video. Hopefully I have an intro by the end of this, we don't know. So number one, you guys are going to need to have a web browser of some sort, and you're going to open it, and you're going to type in VMware or VirtualBox. I suggest using VirtualBox, but something's going wrong with mine, and it will not work. So I do suggest use VirtualBox. Download it. You can pick any one of these. It depends what you're on. If you're on Windows, you're going to press this. If you're on OS X, you press that. So Linux. It depends what kind of Linux you own. You can pick any of these, Debian, all of that. If you guys don't understand any of that, that's fine. That's what we're going to be learning in these tutorials. That'd be the point. You download that. You install it to your C program and everything. I have it down here. And you're able to launch it. I have a problem again with mine. I used to use it, but it broke. Do I know why? Nope. Here, I'll set it up just for the video. Oh, I forgot I did delete it fully. Well, I deleted it already. So let's go back to our web browser. I'm gonna press this. Fully unedited. This will be for your video. So number two, we're gonna open up our web browser and type in Kali. Oh, not Hallie. Kali.org. Kali.org. So this is Kali Linux. This is great for script kiddie. Script kiddie, or a skid is what you might call it. A juvenile, or somebody that uses different types. Somebody uses apps pre-installed for Linux. We don't want to be a juvenile, but we are going to be using Kali Linux. So we're going to go to Get Kali. And you're going to see all this stuff. You're like, oh my goodness, so much. So we're going to press virtual machines. You see all this. You want to press that button right there. Oh, wrong thing. So you don't have to do that. I do not think it works with this one either. No, it does not. As I want it to. We're going to scroll down here. Get down for Raspberry Pi or anything you own with that. I think you guys should be able to figure it out. You can add that to your thing. And if you scroll down far enough, you can download just the ISO. See? 64-bit, just press that, and then that will install the ISO. That is what I like to use personally, so you can go there and download that. So now you guys have opened up Oracle. I'm going to press next. I'm going to press remove, because again, I already have it. I'm going to remove it, and then I'm going to install it again for you guys. So I'll tell you guys when I've done that. Okay, I'm back, and it has installed, and I have everything removed. So let's go back to this. So whenever you open VirtualBox, you're going to see the normal setup wizard. You can change this if you want to. I'm going to keep all of this, and I'm going to keep the desktop shortcut. Warning, network interfaces. I've never disconnected from the internet. I haven't seen a notice. Like, watch. It goes so fast that it doesn't show up even. Maybe if you're playing an online game, it might, but it's never happened. So I really didn't happen. You're gonna get a administrator pop up, and you're going to accept that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sometimes it won't let you. Still streaming. Yep. And we're going to go down here. We're just gonna wait a couple seconds, and it is done. What is this? Finish. So now we have launched it. See all the stuff. I've tried it before. It broke for me. So I enjoy using this. We're gonna press new. So make sure to give the name Kali Linux, or you guys do want to call it, and make sure that's Linux. So the closest thing it is to this Linux, which would be called Debian, is a base. So we're gonna call it Debian, and then we're gonna press next. Memory, I suggest you guys use about 300, because I use 8 gigs. And then you're gonna select next, dynamic location. Don't change that, just leave it default. That was so confusing. Change that whatever you want. Doesn't matter. It's not going to take up that much space. It's just going to show you. I always thought this was going to break my Windows. I was so scared to do it. It will not break your Windows. It is just literally opening on your computer. It just tricking it into thinking that. Mine doesn't work, so I'm going to launch it in VM, a different one. But that is how you create it. And then you do a graphical install, and you follow those steps. they need to be done. I'll try to leave a link in the description or make a video on that, and hopefully it'll pop up in the top. So people that use VMware Workstation Player, I'm gonna go here, type in VMware Workstation. Just download it, do the setup. I've already showed you how to do one. So I have a couple on here. I use MacOS on here. I use the Linux kernel, Kali Linux, and ParaOS. So for the tutorials I'm going to be doing, we will be using Kali Linux. I'm just going to run it on here. It'll be a little bit different, but basically the same. Actually, it'll probably be more smooth and better, but it won't work for me, and I have to have Linux. It is a must-need for me whenever I use a computer. I was working on a project last night, so do not mind the deal with that. So you can full screen it. Oh, you're not stuck, I promise. You can easily just Alt-Tab. Can you? Can you? Oh, well, okay. Sorry. In virtual machine, it's different. I forget. With this one, you have to go up, and you can select off what. So, after you've done the graphical interface, you'll have to select a password and everything. So I'm going to teach you the basics of a terminal and Linux. So sudo is a base, right? Sudo is mainly what you're going to type in for code. Not really code, I'd say Linux commands. A command is like their language. It's telling the computer to do something. It's just, instead of it's automated, you do it. Like, watch. If I want to update, I'll do sudo apt dash get space upgrade. This will not update your computer. This is going to update it so you can get different packages. A package would be a install, like if you're going to install Netflix, maybe it gives you so you can install the newest version. You press that, type in your password, and then it'll build a tree or something. Sometimes this will work. I have a couple problems with fishing VMware with it. I do suggest using VirtualBox, so I hope you do get to use that. This is not very complex. This is just installing, like this is installing the newest versions of everything, like your directories and everything. So why we picked this Linux, right? It is a custom Linux. It comes with all this good stuff on it. Had that on there for a different video, which I'm really excited for to show you guys that video too. I have another video that has a couple typos, sorry. So I'm going to be showing you guys how you guys can start using Linux and how to start coding with Linux. Don't be overwhelmed, trust me. I don't know what any of this really is. I only know a couple that you really need. Aircrack is good. You'll figure out that on the channel. You obviously use a calculator. Burp Suite, more than that. Like, I'm still new to this. Wi-Fi crackers. I only do this for, like, you know, not to really hack, to do this to, like, ethically just learn and enjoy, give something to do. I like using Wi-Fi. It is a good Wi-Fi hacker. It's like, look, VirtualBox, I can show you guys how to do it on here if I had a build. So I probably would run Linux on here if I wanted to also. So you can scroll down. See, it's just doing this. It's doing the same. We're good. So hopefully now that you've updated and it doesn't take this long, since this is different for me, you guys should just understand. You don't have to read any of this. This is just we just go into the background, maybe Alt Tab or minimize this to do something else. So I'll tell you guys when this is done. Hope you guys will get to learn some. So that is probably it for this video. I showed you guys how to get Linux on VM, and next video will be on how to code it.